Hi everyone, today I'm finishing the Birth by Sleep journey and completing Aqua's campaign. So the rules for Aqua are the same as they were for the no jump run for Terra and Ven, and they are: I am not allowed to press the circle button to jump, I must defeat the final boss, shot locks are allowed. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. As always, I'm playing on beginner because I'm a total scrub. Land of Departure takes a minute. Terra and Ven have no idea what they're doing, so you will have to help them out to start the run. I just wanted to say that after Ven and Terra's playthroughs without jumping, we are definitely pros at movement in this game. Aqua's first world is Castle of Dreams. The only thing worth doing here is getting Barrier Surge on the right side of the steps. The world is a literal hallway, just try to level up a bit so the boss doesn't destroy you. Aqua's journey through the Dwarf Woodlands is actually very simple. There's one hurdle, which is to make your way to these steps, which is easily solved by hitting the enemy. After that, fighting and beating the magic mirror is an easy task. Time for the bad news. We have to jump 2 times in this area. When Prince Philip throws you up, you need to jump again to get up. I have no idea how else to get up there. None of the tricks we learned from the previous playthroughs as Terra and Ven work here. Unfortunately, the absolute zero shot lock from Ven's playthrough is also inaccessible until Prince Philip throws you up for a second time, which forces us to jump a second time. When he does that, you can find the absolute zero shot lock above, but we have no use for it in this playthrough. That means the counter is already up by 2 jumps. The Maleficent boss fight is actually easy, sort of. The only reason I'm spending any time on her is because she can cause some trouble for you, as we can't jump over her flame. The flame breath takes up the entire field and does a good amount of damage. You can avoid the attack by using invincible shot locks, which is definitely an option, or you can simply avoid it by just running to her feet and waiting for her to stop her flame attack. The funny thing is that I started to attack her body because I was getting tired of wasting time waiting, and then I locked on to her and noticed her health dropped, so that's why I immediately run to her feet. All in all, another easy boss fight with that trick. So we are stuck at 2 jumps before even attempting Radiant Garden, and if you've been watching my prior videos, you'll know this is where our hopes and dreams of 0 jumps comes to die. The good news is that when we finally arrive at Radiant Garden and team up with this mysterious ally, whoever this rat-like creature may be, we will then be greeted by this glorious cutscene. We get to avoid 2 unskippable jumps that Ven and Terra must do as we are going the opposite way. The Spellweaver finisher is also one of the best attacks to damage this transformer. The Maleficent dragon was harder. Guys, we gotta celebrate. We avoided 2 of the impossible jumps from Ven and Terra's campaign. After that, I have great news. Just run back to the town square. Then we'll have a minor disagreement with Vanitas on who should have custody over Ven for when Aqua is lost in the realm of darkness. Spoiler alert, Ven has to be sent to a foster home. Time to rush through Olympus and Disney Town. Olympus is just fighting and no platforming, so do nothing differently as you normally would. Pretty easy level. I thought this was funny for the final fight.
All yours, Frosty.
Hades just bails, watches Aqua beat Frosty and then fights her. Also, why does the information bar say Ice Colossus and not Ice Titan, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 3? I'll save that for another day. Olympus is done. I was scared about playing football without jumping because this is so random for me, but you can actually beat it without jumping. I beat it on my first try actually. Humble brag is humble. For the first time in Aqua's campaign, we will have to use the aerial slam attack. If you've been watching since Terra's playthrough, you'll know that this command isn't too hard to meld and will be invaluable to us right now. So the first thing you need to do is deactivate gravity, so aerial slam hits the enemies higher into the air and makes it easy to air dash to where you want to go. You'll have to do this move 5 times. After that, just beat up Shamu and you're good to go. So the part you've all been waiting for. For Aqua and Neverland, there's these light orbs which the game wants us to jump into, but we have a workaround, so how do we do it? The first thing we have to do is spawn some enemies behind us and lure them over, and we use the trick we just used in Deep Space to aerial slam these guys to get higher into the air. Instead of aiming for the ledge like on the spaceship, we aim for the light orbs. Remember, you can keep jumping on the light orbs forever, so take your time and fire dash when you're ready. I actually missed, but I made a quick save. Going into the next room gets a bit interesting. This part is 100% luck, 1000% luck. For the entire Birth by Sleep game, this is by far the most luck-based jump you will have to do. You have to aerial slam this enemy, but you have to do it close to them, otherwise Aqua will not get on the step. He can invert your controls if he hits you, which just makes doing this more precise movement harder and longer to do. If this was it, I wouldn't mind too much, but that's not all. Whilst you have to worry about this guy down here, there's an enemy spawn right on the hill above you, and the Unverse really wants to get Aqua, which is a good thing, but he's overeager. You have to hope that 1, when you aerial slam to get higher, he notices you and decides to come, and 2, when he decides to come, you're standing on the middle step, not on the ground below. And 3, he falls down on the platform. He will wander the ground trying to hit you, and it never occurs to him to jump. I waited for a couple of minutes, but he's not coming up. After the stars align and he falls, where you need him to fall, aerial slam him into the ground and make your way up. Congrats, but it's not over yet. Now we need to lure this Unversed over. Aerial slam him to get to the light orb and calm your nerves before doing anything. Again, you can keep jumping on the light orbs forever, so don't immediately jump. When you get to the top or apex of the jump, use sliding dash to make it to the next platform. Don't be too worried about the next light orb in front of you. You can go higher by falling. By falling on the light orb directly below you, that is. In fact, we don't even need to touch the higher light orb, as the one below is enough to make us go high enough to sliding dash our way to the final platform. When you're here, make sure that King Kong doesn't knock you off. That would be scary. Now the easy part, use your aerial slam on King Kong and you will propel yourself upward to avoid having to jump yet again. I will say that before I got here I was expecting to jump for all of this. The Vanitas fight is nothing we can't handle. He still thinks that he can win custody over Ventus, even though he's younger than Ventus. Aqua beats some sense into him. Now that we are in the Keyblade Graveyard, we are essentially done with all of the required jumping in the Birth by Sleep run for Aqua. And we just need to beat the game to finish the challenge. So let's finish it. Run through the Keyblade Graveyard, and you'll run across Xigbar, or Braig, or Lushu, or the Master of Masters. I'm not sure who this guy is anymore. Can't wait for the new Kingdom Hearts plotlines. Anyway, Xigbar and Vanitas agreed to get married and live together, and wants custody of Ventus. Aqua beats some sense into him explaining that Ventus needs a mother, that is herself. Ventus, the sad orphan, plays with his Ouija board and ends up merging with Vanitas. So now, Aqua must save Ventus, who is now combined with Vanitas in this unholy matrimony of boys. When you beat Ventus the foster home, Aqua decides to put him in his castle Oblivion. Ventus sleeps forever, and Aqua is caught by the police and put into Kingdom Hearts jail, aka the Realm of Darkness, for hitting a minor Vanitas, since Vanitas is technically like 3 years old or something. Congratulations, you've beaten Aqua's campaign and it only took 2 jumps. We managed to skip the Radiant Garden jumps, but we had another issue with Prince Philip. I'm so happy I could end Birth by Sleep on a high note for you guys. Unfortunately, it looks like 2 jumps are the minimum amount of jumps possible to complete Aqua's story, or any of the Birth by Sleep campaigns. If you guys have any idea on how to skip these 2 jumps with Prince Philip, please comment down below. Or if you have any comments in general, please say it. I have nothing better to do right now, so I will read them. I hope you guys enjoyed the jumpless run of Aqua's story. If you want to spice up your life, go hang gliding and use only one hand. If you want a new way to enjoy Aqua's story Birth by Sleep, play it without jumping. Don't forget to drop a like down below. I was really hoping that at least one of the campaigns would allow us to have no jumps, but it looks like only Kingdom Hearts 2 is the lucky game to have no jumps required. Thank you for watching.